Hi everybody, I am Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. Today, let's learn this pretty stitch. It's called the basket stitch, not to be confused with the basket weave. Look at this. We've got pretty baskets, just little baskets all over. How pretty is that? So this one is a 4 row repeat, but none of the rows are really that complicated. Yeah, so let's just get into it, shall we? As I said, it is a 4 row repeat. 2 of the rows are identical and 2 are just slightly different. So for this tutorial, I will again be using Super Saver stripes in retro stripes. This is a 4-weight yarn, and with it I will be using a 5mm hook. All right, now to start this out, it's going to sound like, what are you talking about? All right, so go ahead and get your slip stitch on your hook. Then we are going to do a chain that is a multiple of 6 plus 5 plus 2. I know. It's like, what? Plus? Trust me, it works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's my multiple of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Just like that. Now, in the 5th chain from the hook, and remember, this never counts. That little loop on your hook does not count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this chain right here, we are going to put a V-stitch. To do a V-stitch, you put 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into that same chain. Then we're going to skip 2. So we're skipping this one and into the 3rd. We are going to put another V. So it's double, chain 1, double. We're going to do that all the way across, skip 2, and the 3rd one, put a V. So let's just go ahead and do that all the way to the other end. Okay, we're putting in our last V-stitch. 2 chains left. We're going to skip 1, and in this last one, we're going to put a double crochet. So this is what row 1 looks like. For row 2, we're going to turn our work, chain 3. We're going to skip 2, so that's the one that we're in and this one, which puts us right smack dab in the middle of that V. And we are going to put a double V stitch. A double V stitch is 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, just like that. Let me pull some more yarn out. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this V and go into the next one and do a double V. 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets, chain 1. Skip that V and we're going into this V. And we're putting in a double V stitch. Now we're going to skip this, we're going to chain 1, skip that V and go into this one, put in 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles, but we're not going to finish off that second double. We're just going to go ahead, put a double crochet into the top of that chain 3, and put them together like so. That was row 2. Now we're going to row 3. We're going to turn our work, chain 3, and we are going to put a V stitch into every space. So we're going to go ahead, put one in here. Then we're going to go into that chain 1 space. We're going to go into the chain 1 of the double V. Into the chain 1 space. Chain space between the double V. Into the chain 1 space. Into the chain 1 between the double V. Into this chain 1 space. Nope, that's not actually a space. So we're just going to put a double crochet on top of that chain 3, just like this. Now we're going to row 4. So let's turn our work, chain 3. Now we are going to put in a double crochet into the top of this V stitch. We are going to chain 1. Now we're going to skip that V stitch and we're going to go into this next one and put in a double V-stitch. And in just a moment, I'll show you a little thing that will help. And then you chain one, skip this V-stitch, go into this one. Double V, chain one, skip that V-stitch, and we're going into this one. Chain one, skip this V-stitch, and in the top of this chain three, we are going to put 2 double crochets. All right, now see, if you look at this, here's the V-stitch of our first row, and then in that one, we put a double V. Then we skip to this one. All right, so if you look, we have a double V, and then we go to this space, a double V, double V, double V, double V, double V, double V. So it's kind of zigzagging. So this is row 4. Now we're going to do row 5, chain 3, and row 5 is a repeat of row 3, which is chain 3, V-stitch into every space. So there's our first space. We will put a V-stitch. Then we're going to go in here and put a V-stitch. Go here into the next space right there. And in between the double V, we'll put a V-stitch. In the chain 1 space. And in here. And then in this space. And then we are going to put a double crochet at the top of our chain 3. I don't know why that's looking wonky right there. But this is our repeat. Row 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5 is just a repeat of row 3. So you're going to do 2 rows of the single V, and then 2 rows of the double V, and they're going to alternate. Okay? So that is the entire repeat. And I will put this here so that you can take a screenshot of it. And hopefully you can read my scratching, and then you don't have to write it all down. All right. So that is it. It seems a little complicated, but really once you get it going, it's like one of your double V's ends with like a crochet 2 double crochets together, and the other one is 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And that's it. I really hope that I explained this, and like I said, we've got our little cheat sheet right there. Yeah, it's It's actually a fun stitch once you get going on it, and it looks so pretty when it's done. I mean, really, look at these baskets. Just look at them. So neat. I'm going to go ahead and do another full section, and I will meet you then just so we can get a better look. Okay, here's just another little tip. I just finished row 2. If you're starting your double V in the very first V, you end in the last V and you put a double into the top of your turning chain. If you're skipping the first V, that's when you do the crochet 2 doubles together. So that should make it a little easier. But seriously, I mean, we've got 2 sets of baskets there already. So, okay, I really hope you enjoyed this and that you learned a new stitch or perhaps got reacquainted with an old friend. And don't hesitate to go back, put that pattern there on pause, get a screenshot of it. Because I'm not real good at editing and putting stuff on the actual video. So we have to do things kind of the old-fashioned way. That's my secret. Don't tell everybody. I am not techno-smart. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember, I put out a video on Wednesdays where I called Wednesday Wrap-Up. I talk about everything I've made. I'm thinking of making. I might be in the process of making. I try to put out a tutorial every Saturday. Once in a while, a yarn haul will sneak in or maybe something else. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm not going to harass you. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm just going to say thank you. And y'all have a good day. Whoa, that was not an earthquake. That was me hitting the camera. So y'all have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.